Hey guys, my name is Alex and welcome to the Introduction to Parkour course. In this lesson we're going to take a look at the dash vault. Dash vault is one of the most efficient vaults in order to keep speed after overcoming the obstacle. It's as efficient as a speed vault, but it just looks a little bit different. And first things first, I want to warn you, do not try to learn this move on the bar, especially like this one. It can be really dangerous for you because your arm can simply miss the obstacle, and if you're not experienced enough you can fall on your arm or your back, and it's not the result that we want to gain by learning this, right? So let's take a look how do we do it and proceed to the first step, the correct run-up. If we talk about the dash, then the main key point here is the speed, so the run-up is really important. So you have to decide which leg is more comfortable for you in order to take off. Just think about if you need to just jump from running, which leg would you use? The thing here is that you have to use the same leg over here, because dash vault is basically jumping over the obstacle literally and then helping your arms a little bit in order to get your legs back into the vertical position. So before we start, I would really recommend you to find an obstacle that would not be a rail like this one. It would be some kind of concrete block. The bigger the better. Of course not really big, but something about two fists or two arms, because then you will have less chance to miss it. And what we want to start with is a correct run-up. As I said, we need to take off from the more comfortable leg and helping with the other leg by swinging it into the air. And the first exercise after taking the run-up is to actually get on the obstacle with our feet. So we're taking a run and then we're just jumping onto the obstacle. And here's why it is important. Just because dash is simply jumping over the obstacle and you can easily start without even using your hands. So it looks like this. Let's take a look at this in a slow motion and I will explain you why is it important to be able to jump over the obstacle first and then do the dash vault. First things first, it's a run-up. Pay attention to the legs and arms and how are they working at the same time when we're taking off. After you jumped, try to get your legs to the chest and keep them in a horizontal position. And then be prepared to land. Now it's time to proceed to a real dash. So the first step would be to remind ourselves how to do a lazy vault from the previous tutorials, because lazy here is really important move that you can use in order to get to the dash. So what do we want to do is get ourselves running to the obstacle and then trying to do the lazy but from the jumping, let's say so. The thing here is that you have to put your hands almost simultaneously on the obstacle. It looked like lazy, but you did it from the jumping position, and also I told you during the lazy that you have to take off from your right leg. Well, if it's more comfortable for you, then it's okay. For me, the taking off leg is the left one, so I have to do this lazy slash dash using the left foot. So once again, we can take a run up for about 45 degrees to the obstacle, and then with taking off from our leg, we can go straight to the lazy slash dash vault. Pay attention to the arms, and just to get more into details, let's take a look at this in a slow motion. Start your run up and take off from the more comfortable leg. Then try to get your legs over the obstacle with the help of your hands. Just remember how you did it using the lazy vault. And then with the help of your arms, get your feet on the ground and continue running. Before we proceed to our final step, there's another exercise that you can actually do. So the thing is here that we're combining the very first exercise with the so-called dash. I don't know, I believe this element doesn't have a name. So what are we going to do is jumping on an obstacle and then getting ourselves down with the help of our arms. So, running, getting into the obstacle, and then putting our arms on the obstacle and helping our legs to get down from it. So it's gonna be a little bit more complicated because it actually differs from the real dash vault. And if you feel comfortable enough in order to do that, I would recommend you to proceed straight to the dash vault. And one important thing, I remember some guys showed me that they're doing dash using their thumbs like this. Remember guys, never use your thumbs in parkour. It's not a breakdancing, it's not any kind of other sport. We need to get our arms flat, directly on the obstacles, without using our thumbs. Remember this. And so, when you feel comfortable with the previous exercise, we can actually proceed to our final goal, the dash vault. So when we're speaking about the dash, remember the key points: speed and technique. These are two main key points in this element. So, speaking about the run-up, going with your taken off leg in front of you and then helping our arms and with the other leg to get actually over the obstacle. And when you're in air, you have to get your arms directly onto the obstacle without using your thumbs. Just simply put yourself on your palms and then continue going with this kind of ending. So let's see how it looks as a final form. And now let's take a look at this in a slow motion. Once again, take a proper run up and with the help of your arms and leg, get yourself from the ground. When in air, try to get your legs in the horizontal position and try to get your arms on the obstacle with using your flat palms. When your arms are on the obstacle, take off from them and keep your legs in front of you to continue running. So basically that's all about the dash vault for today. This move is not that complicated, but the thing is that you don't really see where you're actually putting the arms on the obstacle. This comes only with the experience and repeating a lot of times, because your body has to actually remember the timing, when it has to take off, when it has to push your arms, and when it has to continue going. So there are a few advices that I really want to get to you. First one, if you're not sure, never really do the dash. Here's the small explanation why. When you're missing your arm from the obstacle, your arm continue in a straight position. And when you're getting it missed, your whole body keeps yourself in a horizontal position and you will simply fall on your arm like this. If you're fast enough, you can actually remove your arm from falling, but then there's a chance that you can end up on your butt, and this probably may hurt for you. So, and the second thing is, because of the first step, do not do that on the rails first. Only when you're feeling that you feel comfortable enough with the dash, that you understand how to actually do that, you can proceed to the rails like this one. Thanks for your attention, remember to train safe, and I hope to see you during the next lessons. My name is Alex, cheers!